For small business, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to pose some very big problems. Economists estimate more than 100,000 small businesses have closed for good in recent months. And as senior contributor Ted Koppel explains, many others are fighting to survive.
Jenna Cow is trying to breathe life back into her 13-year-old Atlanta area business.
And you're doing gels for your hands too, right?
Chateau de Nails.
Thank you for calling Chateau de Nails. I can help you.
Georgia was one of the first states to reopen in late April.
Okay, 97.3.
These days it means limiting the number of people in her salon while coaxing the fearful, those still reluctant to venture out, to come back.
So, Miss Ellen, we do require everyone to wear a mask when they come in.
Cleaning, sanitizing, for their sake certainly,
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, both you ladies.
but also to stifle her own worries about bringing something home
Let me take your temperature.
that might infect her daughters, aged 3 and 6. Jenna's a single mom.
I'm going to be very honest, I am still very scared. Every day that I work, I come home thinking, did I do the right thing today? And I get scared to kiss my kids, wondering if I picked up anything today.
David Wood runs a dairy farm outside Amsterdam, New York. He's 78, and that makes him particularly vulnerable to the coronavirus. He doesn't like it, but he needs to stay away. He can only visit his farm once a week.
Keep looking. Yeah.
A milk buyer called while we were there.
I can look it up. I'm up at the farm right now, but
A lot of canceled orders lately.
we'll figure it out. It's always something.
30 workers care for what is now a herd of 3,600 head of livestock, all oblivious to the coronavirus. The cows do not care that 40% of the milk they produce normally goes to restaurants that are currently closed or heavily scaled back, nor do they care that one of the farm's tractors broke down that day.
Turns out we got a bad computer telling the four-wheel drive not to shut off.
Have you got what you need to fix it with?
I'll have to see.
So we live with it. We've got extra tractors. I always keep 3 or 4 extra just to accommodate something like that.
I have no idea what tractors cost or what it costs to fix a tractor.
So I sent one of our tractors out to be fixed, and that had a price tag of $44,000. I wasn't ready for that. I thought it might be 20.
Rodney Marine is an independent trucker. He comes from a long line of truckers. His father drove a truck, as did his father's father and several of his uncles. Rodney does almost all his own maintenance.
If I have to change the entire head on the engine, I'll do that, head gaskets, pretty much everything. What needs to be done on my truck, I do it myself.
Home is Opelousas, Louisiana.
So all of your freight is slow?
Business is picking up a little, but Rodney still spends more time at home than is good for business.
Another load canceled. So personally, I believe they just found a carrier to do it cheaper than outbreak.
He hauls everything from soap to oil refinery equipment. But he hasn't been landing contracts for the essential goods that are helping some truckers and companies prosper. Tell me what kind of jobs you've had over the last month, let's say.
I think I've moved 2 loads, and I've had about 6 of them canceled on me, simply because I wouldn't reduce my rate. And they just found another truck that would do it cheaper.
So wait, in the last month, you've only had 2 runs?
Correct.
Is that enough to keep body and soul together?
The average truck driver, no, but I'm not the average truck driver. I have additional skills. I've changed 2 transmissions for other people. I just finished a welding job yesterday, actually. You know, I have additional way to make income, but I'm an old school trucker. I say I came through the old school way of trucking, and when I graduated to old school, they locked the door and closed the school.
When we read in the newspapers that there are hundreds of billions of dollars now that are being made available for small businessmen. You're a small businessman, right?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
I'm a micro business.
A micro business is one that employs fewer than 10 employees. Since we talked, Rodney got $6,800 in federal loan assistance, but that, he says, won't last long.
So right now, we're using our personal credit to stay in business.
So I gotta ask you a couple questions. Have you or anyone in your family been sick with COVID-19 in the last 2 weeks? No.
Jenna Cow's nail salon is open, but business remains limited.
We're only open at this point maybe 2 to 3 days a week.
Can you stay afloat financially?
If you're asking if we're breaking even, no, we're not. We're not at all. We need to open every single day, but there's no demand right now. Our clientele is predominantly 45 plus. So a lot of them are still scared. They always call back and cancel, say, you know what, my daughter says to hold off. And I've gotten so many of those phone calls.
Now, just to complicate things further, you were on the verge of opening a second salon, right?
Still trying to open a second salon.
So this is my new space.
It's in a brand new shopping center that's still under construction. Several of the other businesses, says Jenna, have already folded.
Hearing that is just really scary because if I don't open this business, then I lose everything that I've already put in it.
When you say a lot of money, what are you talking about?
So far, I dumped about like $40,000 into it already of my own money. So it would be a huge loss for me.
And what's your biggest worry?
The biggest worry is just, the business not surviving.
Do you drink lemonade in Arndale? Asked the mayor.
Because this is how I feed my kids.
Oh, did I say that wrong? Oh, okay.
This is my livelihood.
Just stay in touch through the summer and see what happens.
David Wood's dairy business operates on a much greater scale. For about a week in April, he tells us, he was losing about $20,000 to $25,000 a day.
Well, the worst thing that's happened is we had to dump some milk. I lost about 8 loads, and that's expensive.
A load, that is, a trailer load of milk, is about 7,500 gallons. 8 loads, 60,000 gallons of milk, dumped over the course of 3 weeks. Cows do not stop producing because of a changing market. Millions of hungry people, and you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gallons of milk that you have to throw away. Isn't there some way of letting organizations come and pick up that milk and feed people?
Well, the milk that we produce is raw milk. And there is a chance that some type of bacteria could be in it. So for us to have somebody come in and take our milk, I'd be glad to do it. It's better than giving it away or throwing it away. You can't do that for the risk, and it's illegal.
The challenges are staggering. But what David and Rodney and Jenna have in common
Thank you for calling Chateau de Nails. How can I help you?
is an uplifting sense of optimism.
I don't know. I suppose I could be a negative thinker, but I choose not to. I choose to look on a positive basis and try to be ready for the unexpected if that happens.
You're going to make it through this all right?
Oh, absolutely, because that's what we do. When we break down on the side of the road and we walk 6 miles, 4 miles to get what we need to get back to fix our truck and still deliver our load in the morning and no one knows the difference, that's what we do. We're a modern day cowboy.
How do we wrap this conversation up, Jenna? What's the bottom line here?
We're all doing the best that we can. And, for everyone to be kind, and everything that we're doing is everybody use their best judgment. So if you want to come out and get your nails done, then you use your best judgment on that.